She killed my son for his fortune. Then she showed up at my door, smiling. I'm standing in my kitchen when the doorbell rings twice, sharp, impatient. Through the window, a black Lexus with Oregon plates. My chest tightens before I even see her face. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell because we have new stories every day. Leave a like and tell us in the comments what city you are watching from. 15 years. 15 years since Vanessa Cole ripped my son away from me. And now she's on my porch like she owns the place. I open the door halfway. She's older. Botox can't hide the hardness in her eyes. Designer purse, tailored blazer. A man beside her, mid-40s, slicked hair, lawyer written all over him. Hello, Thomas. Her voice is silk over razors. I don't move. What do you want? The lawyer steps forward. Bradley Simmons, estate litigation. We're here about your son's will. My jaw locks. I've seen the will. I inherit everything. Vanessa tilts her head, almost sympathetic. That will is outdated, Thomas. Marcus and I, we reconciled last year. We were planning to remarry. The lie comes out so smooth, I almost believe it. You're lying. Bradley pulls a document from his briefcase. This was signed 8 months before Marcus's death. Notarized, 2 witnesses present, everything goes to Vanessa. He slides it across the porch table. I stare at the signature. My son's name in black ink. It looks perfect. Too perfect. Marcus's handwriting was always rushed, shaky from too much coffee. This is calligraphy. Get off my property. Vanessa's smile doesn't reach her eyes. We're filing with King County tomorrow. You have 72 hours to vacate any claims or we go to court and make this ugly. She turns, pauses. Marcus talked about you near the end, you know. How much he missed you, how he wished things were different. The words hit like a fist. He forgave you, Thomas. Maybe it's time you let him rest. They leave. I stand there holding a forged will and 15 years of rage. If someone tried this on your family, you'd want to know how to fight back. Subscribe. You'll need what's coming next. I sit in my office, staring at 3 things. The forged will from Vanessa, the real will my son's business partner sent me, and a folder Joel gave me at the funeral. Inside that folder, printed emails Marcus never got to send. One is dated 2 months before he died. Dad, if you're reading this, it means I found you. I'm sorry for everything. I'm coming to Charleston. I have so much to explain. I love you. I never stopped. Marcus. My hands shake holding it. He'd been looking for me. 5 years. Hired investigators. Spent thousands. I moved to Charleston after my business collapsed in 2015. New city, new number, new life. The investigator found my address 3 weeks after Marcus died. 3 weeks. I pour bourbon. Don't drink it. Just hold the glass. Then I see it. Stuck to the back of the folder, a yellow post-it note, Marcus's handwriting, rushed and real. If anything happens to me, it wasn't an accident. The glass slips from my hand. Doesn't break, just rolls across the desk. The police report said mechanical failure, icy roads on I-90. Tragic. But Marcus knew cars. He was obsessive about maintenance. And that note? Dated 1 week before he died. Which means my son knew someone was coming for him. And I'm staring at her forged signature. This gets darker than you think. Subscribe so you don't miss what happens when a father stops grieving and starts hunting. Denver, Colorado. Thanksgiving 2010. Snow falling in my driveway. Marcus standing by a Mercedes I knew he couldn't afford. I'm saying this is because I love you." His jaw tightened, same way it did when he was 8 and trying not to cry. "You never believed in me, Dad. Vanessa does. That's the difference. I've always believed in you. That's why I'm saying this." He shook his head, climbed into the car, window down. "When you're ready to apologize and accept her, call me. Until then, I need space." The Mercedes pulled away. I stood there watching taillights disappear into the snow. I should have chased him. Why didn't I chase him? For 15 years I replayed that moment. Different words, different tone, different ending. But the Mercedes still drives away, and my son still dies alone on a highway 2,000 miles from home. I make 3 phone calls. First call, Rebecca Chen, forensic accountant. I saved her practice during an IRS audit in 2019. She owes me. "Rebecca, I need you in Seattle. Someone forged a will, and I need to prove it." "When?" "Tomorrow." Silence. Then, "Text me the details. I'm in." Second call, Martin Reese, retired FBI. His daughter overdosed at 19. I found her, got her into rehab, saved her life. "Martin, I need access to a police report. King County, my son's accident." "Accident?" His voice sharpens, "or something else?" "That's what I need to find out." I'll make calls. Third call, Patricia Voss, best estate lawyer in Charleston. Expensive, relentless. "Patricia, I'm contesting a will. It's ugly, it's personal, and I need to freeze an estate before money disappears." "How much?" $35 million. A pause. "I'll file the injunction tonight." Rebecca video calls from Seattle. Behind her, a desk covered in documents. "Thomas, look at this." She holds up 2 images side by side. Left, Marcus's signature from his driver's license. Right, the signature on Vanessa's will. See the pressure points? Real Marcus has inconsistent weight. His hand shakes slightly from too much coffee. This, she points to the will, perfect, uniform pressure, 0 deviation. This was traced, probably practiced 100 times. So it's fake. It's professional grade forgery. Whoever did this knew what they were doing. There's more. Rebecca's face goes pale. The 2 witnesses who supposedly saw Marcus sign, I ran background checks. One is Vanessa's nail technician from Portland, the other her ex-boyfriend from 2019. Both have fraud convictions, and both received $15,000 3 days after Marcus died. My blood goes cold. She paid them. "Thomas," Rebecca's voice drops. "This isn't just about a will. If she faked the will and paid witnesses and your son left that note..." She doesn't finish. She doesn't have to. What if the accident wasn't the beginning? What if Marcus figured something out? Subscribe before the next piece drops. I got the report. You're not gonna like it. Tell me. Marcus's car, a 2022 Tesla S. Brake line showed evidence of tampering. Investigators noted it, but called it inconclusive due to crash damage. My hands gripped the phone. There's more. One witness saw a white service van parked outside Marcus's townhouse the night before. Plates came back to a mechanic shop in Tacoma. Who owns it? Gary Thurman. The name hits me like a punch. That's one of the will witnesses. Martin's silence confirms it. Thomas, the same man who signed Vanessa's fake will, sabotaged your son's brakes. I sit in the dark. My son's note in one hand, the forged will in the other. Vanessa didn't just steal his money. She killed him, planned it, paid for it, smiled through his funeral. And now she's trying to erase me from his life one more time. I'm 68 years old, lost my business, lost my son, spent 15 years rebuilding from nothing. Vanessa thinks I'm broken. She has no idea what a man becomes when he's already lost everything. My phone buzzes. Text from unknown number. Drop the will contest, old man. Walk away, or you'll join Marcus sooner than you think. I stare at it, and I text back one word. Try. She threatened the wrong father. Subscribe, because what happens next will leave you speechless.
48 hours after the threat, I'm on a flight to Seattle. Patricia filed the injunction. Marcus's estate is frozen. For now. But Vanessa's lawyer is pushing for an emergency hearing in 10 days. If Bradley wins, the money moves offshore. Permanently. I've got 10 days to prove murder and fraud. 10 days to destroy the woman who destroyed my son. Marcus's business partner meets me at a coffee shop near Pike Place Market. Joel Hendricks, mid-40s, sharp, haunted eyes. I should have seen it, he says before I even sit down. Marcus changed after the divorce. Quieter. Paranoid. Paranoid how? He started encrypting everything, passwords on passwords. Told me once, if something happens, don't trust anyone connected to Vanessa. Joel slides a small key across the table. Safety deposit box. Bank of America on 4th Avenue. He gave this to me 6 months before he died. Said if he dies and Vanessa shows up, give it to his father. My throat tightens. You knew he was looking for me? He talked about you all the time, Thomas. The regret ate him alive. I take the key. My son's last message to me. What's in the box? I don't know. He never told me. The manager escorts into the vault. Box 447. I turn the key. Inside, a single USB drive and a handwritten note. Dad, if you're reading this, I'm gone. I'm sorry I waited too long. Everything you need is on this drive. Finish what I couldn't. I love you. M. My hands shake, sliding the USB into my pocket. Back at my hotel, I plug it into my laptop. 27 audio files, all labeled with dates. I click the first one. Static. Then Vanessa's voice. Once he's gone, we split everything, 50-50. You handle the will, I'll handle the rest. A man responds, Bradley Simmons. And you're sure he won't see this coming? He trusts me. Still thinks I want him back. Pathetic. Laughter. My vision blurs. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing half the story. Don't get left behind. Vanessa again. Different call. Jerry says the brake line is easy, clean, looks like mechanical failure. Bradley. What about witnesses? Diane's in. 15 grand each. They'll sign whatever we need. I stop the recording. My son recorded his own murder being planned? He knew, and he couldn't stop it. But here's what doesn't make sense. If Marcus knew, why didn't he go to the police? I scroll through the files, find one labeled Insurance. Play this first. I click it. Marcus's voice fills the room. Dad, if you're hearing this, I didn't make it. I know what Vanessa's planning. I've known for months, but I can't go to the police because she's not working alone. She has someone inside Seattle PD. Someone who's been feeding her information. I don't know who, but I know if I go public, I'm dead faster. So I'm recording everything, building a case. When it's airtight, I'll move. If I don't, you will. Finish this, Dad. Don't let her win. The recording ends. Someone inside the police was helping Vanessa, which means I can't trust Seattle PD. Thomas, we have a problem. What now? I reached out to King County Homicide about Marcus's case, asked them to reopen it based on the brake line evidence. And the detective I spoke to, Sarah Ortiz, was reassigned this morning. No explanation, just gone. My stomach drops. They buried her. Someone with power protected Vanessa. And whoever it is, they're still protecting her. This goes higher than you think. Subscribe before the next name drops. Thomas, I traced the money. Where'd it go? Offshore accounts, Cayman Islands. But here's the thing. Vanessa didn't move it alone. The account is registered under a shell company, Van Tech Holdings LLC. Who owns it? 2 names, Vanessa Cole and Bradley Simmons. Her lawyer's her partner. It gets worse. I found 2 other cases, 2017 and 2019. 2 men, both died in accidents. Both had estates Vanessa and Bradley litigated. Both fortunes disappeared into offshore accounts. My blood runs ice cold. Marcus wasn't the first. No, he was the third. Rebecca, what happened to the families of the first 2? Silence. Rebecca? They went public, Thomas. Tried to expose Vanessa, filed lawsuits, made noise. And? One family dropped the case and moved to Europe. The father was found dead 6 months later. Ruled a suicide. Thomas, if you push this, you're next. I sit in my hotel room staring at the USB drive. 2 choices. Walk away, let Vanessa win, stay alive. Fight, risk everything, probably die. I think about Marcus at 8 years old, skinned knee from falling off his bike. He didn't cry, just looked at me and said, "Again." He got back on. That's who my son was. He didn't quit. And I won't either. I need you to find the families of those 2 men. I want to talk to them. Thomas, I'm not walking away. Pause. Then, okay, but we do this smart. No public moves, no lawsuits. We build the case in silence. Agreed. If you'd risk it all for your kid, you're in the right place. We're not stopping. Neither should you. Subscribe. Next morning, Bradley Simmons files an emergency motion. Claims I'm harassing Vanessa, delaying rightful inheritance. Judge schedules a hearing in 7 days. If we lose, the estate unfreezes. Vanessa gets everything. And I lose my last chance to prove she murdered my son. My phone buzzes. Text from Vanessa. A photo. Marcus's grave in Seattle. Fresh flowers on the headstone. Message below. Some fathers know when to let go. Be smart or join him. I stare at the photo. Then I forward it to Martin, Rebecca, and Patricia. Subject line, evidence of witness intimidation. File it with the court. Vanessa thinks threats will break me. She just gave me ammunition. She picked the wrong father. Subscribe because revenge is a dish best served cold and calculated.
Martin finds the families. First victim, Trevor Paulson, died 2017, car accident in Spokane. Second victim, Khalil Richardson, died 2019, fell from his apartment balcony in Portland, ruled accidental. Both left fortunes. Both had recent contact with Vanessa. I'm about to call Trevor's widow when my hotel room door gets 3 sharp knocks. I freeze. It's 6:47 a.m. Nobody knows I'm here. I open the door. A woman, late 30s, badge clipped to her belt. Thomas Brennan? Who's asking? Detective Sarah Ortiz, King County Homicide. Can I come in?
The detective Martin said was reassigned. I step aside. She walks in. Scans the room like she's memorizing exits. You were reassigned, I say. She turns. That's what they think. Meaning? Meaning someone tried to bury me when I started asking questions about your son's accident, so I let them think it worked. Why are you here? She pulls a folder from her bag, drops it on the table. Because Marcus Brennan wasn't an accident, and I've been building a case for 8 months. Inside the folder, crime scene photos, brake line close-ups, toxicology reports. Marcus had Ambien in his system, enough to make him drowsy, not enough to kill him. But combined with icy roads and failing brakes, recipe for an accident. Exactly. I couldn't prove the Ambien was forced, couldn't prove the brakes were sabotaged beyond reasonable doubt. But then Marcus's business partner called the tip line 3 days ago. Joel? She nods. Said Marcus left evidence, recordings, and that you had them. You think you know where this is going. You don't. Subscribe before the floor drops out. I hand it over. Ortiz listens to the first 3 files. Her jaw tightens. This is a confession, premeditated murder, conspiracy. Can you arrest them? Not yet. Audio alone isn't enough. Defense will claim it's fabricated. We need corroboration, the witnesses, the mechanic, bank records proving the payouts. Rebecca's tracing the money now. Good. But we have another problem. She pulls out her phone, shows me a text. Stop digging into Brennan or your pension disappears. This is your only warning. Who sent that? Came from a burner, but the timing? Right after I requested Marcus's full case file from evidence? Someone's watching you. Someone with access, which means it's internal. Detective. How high does this go? She meets my eyes. High enough that I can't use official channels. If we're doing this, we're doing it off the books. 1 hour later, Martin Reese walks into my hotel room. Sees Ortiz. Stops. Sarah? She looks up. Marty? Jesus, I haven't seen you since Quantico. They know each other. Turns out Ortiz and Martin worked a task force together in 2012, white-collar crime. She trusts him, which means I can trust her. Okay, Martin says, let's wargame this. We have 7 days until the hearing. What do we need? Ortiz ticks off fingers. 1. Proof the will is forged. Handwriting analysis. Rebecca's handling it, I say. 2. Proof the witnesses were paid. Bank records. Also Rebecca. 3. Proof the mechanic tampered with the brakes. We need him to flip. That's the hard part, Martin says. Terry Thurman's got priors. He won't talk without immunity. Then we offer it. We can't. We're off the books, remember? Ortiz leans back. Unless we bring in someone who can. Who? FBI. Martin makes a call, puts it on speaker. A woman answers. Special Agent Lena Cross. Who's this? Marty Reese. I need a favor. Marty? Didn't think I'd hear from you again. What's the favor? Interstate fraud, conspiracy to commit murder, wire fraud, racketeering. How's that sound? Pause. Then, I'm listening. Agent Cross arrives at the hotel. We lay it all out. The USB drive, the forged will, the paid witnesses, the pattern of deaths. She listens, takes notes, doesn't interrupt. When we're done, she sits back. This is a RICO case. Vanessa Cole and Bradley Simmons are running a criminal enterprise. If we can prove the pattern, 3 murders, 3 estates, we can seize everything under federal racketeering statutes. How long to build the case? Months. My stomach sinks. We have 7 days. Then we don't build the case. We set a trap. What kind of trap? I ask. Cross smiles. We let Vanessa think she's winning. Let the will go through. Let her access the accounts. Absolutely not. Hear me out. The second she moves that money, we track it. Federal wire fraud. We catch her mid-transfer, she goes to prison, Bradley goes to prison, and we freeze the accounts before $1 disappears. Ortiz shakes her head. That's risky. If something goes wrong, nothing will go wrong. I've done this a dozen times. I look at Martin. What do you think? I think we're out of options. I turn to Cross. Okay, but if she gets away with $1 of my son's money, she won't. You have my word. This plan could go sideways in 100 ways. Subscribe because the next chapter is where it all explodes. She calls at 11 p.m., voice shaking. Thomas, you need to see this. What'd you find? The shell company, Van Tech Holdings. I traced the ownership structure. It's not just Vanessa and Bradley. Who else? There's a third partner, silent investor, name on the LLC registration. Richard Peterson. That's the lawyer who called me when Marcus died. I know. He's the one who told you about the will, gave you the funeral details. He was part of it from the beginning. Thomas, there's more. Peterson has a connection to Seattle PD. His brother-in-law is a deputy chief. That's how they buried Ortiz. And that's how they're going to bury you. Next morning, I call Richard Peterson. Mr. Peterson? Thomas Brennan. I'd like to discuss my son's estate. His voice is smooth, professional. Of course, what can I help with? I want to settle. Drop the will contest, let Vanessa have it. Silence. That's a surprising change, Mr. Brennan. I'm tired. I just want this over. I see. Well, I can arrange a meeting with Ms. Cole and her attorney. No, just you. Today, my hotel, noon. Another pause. All right, I'll be there. Agent Cross tapes a microphone to my chest. Get him to admit his role, any detail. Once he confesses on tape, we can leverage him to flip on Vanessa. Martin checks the connection. You're live. We'll be listening from the van outside. Rebecca hands me a panic button. Anything goes wrong, press this. We're in the room in 30 seconds. My heart's pounding. I'm 68. I've built houses, not cases. But this is for Marcus. Peterson knocks at noon exactly. He walks in. Briefcase, expensive suit, confident. Mr. Brennan, I'm glad you've decided to be reasonable. Sit. He does. I stay standing. I want to know one thing before I sign anything. What's that? Did my son suffer? When you and Vanessa killed him, did he know what was happening? His expression shifts, calculates. Mr. Brennan, I don't know what you think. I know everything, Richard. The recordings, the payoffs, the break line, Van Tech Holdings, your name's on the LLC. He stands. I think I should go. Sit down.
He doesn't. I step closer. My son trusted you. You called me when he died, played the concerned lawyer, and the whole time you'd helped murder him. You're upset, grieving. You're not thinking clearly. How much did Vanessa pay you? His jaw tightens. For 1 second, his mask slips. You have no proof. I have 27 audio files of Vanessa and Bradley planning it. I have bank records showing you received $2 million the day Marcus's estate was filed. I have your signature on documents moving money offshore. His face goes white. And I have an FBI agent in a van outside who's very interested in talking to you about racketeering charges. Peterson sits down, slowly. What do you want? I want you to testify. Everything. Vanessa, Bradley, the pattern, the other victims, all of it. If I do that, I go to prison. You're going to prison either way, but if you cooperate, maybe you get 10 years instead of life. He stares at the floor, breathing hard. She'll kill me. Not if we arrest her first. He looks up, eyes hollow. There's something you don't know. What? The car accident wasn't supposed to kill Marcus.
My blood stops. What? It was supposed to injure him, put him in the hospital. Vanessa wanted him incapacitated, not dead. That way she could control the estate while he was in a coma. The plan went wrong. Gary used too much force on the brake line. Marcus died instantly. She wanted him alive? She wanted to drain him slowly, piece by piece. Keep him alive long enough to sign over everything. Then what? Then she'd finish it. If this was your family, could you keep going? Subscribe, because the next chapter is where the trap gets set and where everything goes to hell.
Peterson agrees to wear a wire. Agent Cross gives him 48 hours to get Vanessa on tape admitting everything. If he succeeds, we arrest them before the hearing. If he fails, we go to Plan B. Let the will go through and catch Vanessa during the wire transfer. I don't like either option, but I'm out of moves. He calls Vanessa, puts it on speaker so we can listen. We have a problem, he says. What problem? Her voice is sharp. Thomas Brennan. He's digging. He found the USB drive. Pause. How? Marcus left it for him, in a safety deposit box. Damn it. She's quiet for a moment. What's on it? Everything. Audio recordings of you and Bradley. The mechanic. The payoffs. Can he prove it's real? If he gets an expert to authenticate the recordings, yes. Vanessa's tone shifts. Calm. Cold. Then we need to move faster. How long until the hearing? 5 days. Push it up. File an emergency motion. Say Thomas is liquidating assets or something. I want that estate unlocked now. Vanessa, if we rush this, I don't care. Get it done. She hangs up. That's not enough for an arrest, she says. She didn't admit to murder. Just said to move faster. What about conspiracy? Martin asks. Defense will say she was talking about legal strategy. We need more. Every second counts now. If you're not subscribed, you're missing the countdown. Don't get left behind. He meets Vanessa in person, coffee shop in downtown Seattle. Agent Cross and Ortiz are 3 tables over, listening. You look nervous, Vanessa says. I am nervous. If Thomas goes public, he won't. How do you know? She leans forward, lowers her voice. Because men like Thomas, they don't want to believe their sons were stupid. He'll convince himself Marcus's death was an accident, that the will is real, that I loved Marcus and he loved me. It's easier than facing the truth. And what's the truth? Vanessa smiles. That Marcus was a means to an end, just like Trevor, just like Khalil, just like the next one. Next one? Bradley found a new mark in San Francisco. Tech executive, 42, divorced, lonely. Will be set for another decade. Peterson's voice shakes. Vanessa, you're talking about killing someone. She laughs. I'm talking about business, Richard. Killing is such an ugly word. I prefer accelerating timelines. And Marcus, was he accelerated? Vanessa sips her latte. Marcus was supposed to be easy. Sign over power of attorney while he recovered in the hospital, then a tragic infection or a medication error. Clean. But Gary got sloppy. The brake line. Still, it worked out. Marcus is gone, the will's in motion, and in 5 days we split $35 million. Peterson leans back. What about Thomas? What about him? He's not going to stop. Vanessa's eyes go flat. Then we'll handle him the same way we handled the Richardson family when they got noisy. Vanessa, relax. I'm not suggesting we kill him. Just encourage him to disappear. Bradley knows people. A broken window, a threatening note. Old men scare easily. Peterson stands abruptly. I need to use the restroom. He walks toward the back. passes Agent Cross's table, whispers without stopping. "That's all I can get." She's suspicious. Cross nods, speaks into her wrist mic. "We're green. Move in 3 minutes." Vanessa finishes her coffee, checks her phone. Then she sees them. 2 FBI agents walking through the coffee shop entrance. Her face doesn't change, but her hand tightens on her purse. Agent Cross stands, approaches the table. "Vanessa Cole?" "Yes?" "FBI. You're under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder, wire fraud, and racketeering." Vanessa's eyes dart to the exit. The agents block it. "This is a mistake. I haven't done anything." "You just confessed to 3 murders on a federal wire. Stand up, hands behind your back." Vanessa's voice drops, venom seeping through. "You have no idea what you're doing." "Actually, ma'am, I do this for a living." The cuffs click shut. Across town, FBI agents storm Bradley's law office. He's on the phone when they enter. "Bradley Simmons, you're under arrest." He hangs up, stands, straightens his tie. "I'm an attorney. You can't just—" "We have recordings, witness testimony, bank records. You're done." He doesn't resist. He smiles. "Recordings can be faked. Witnesses recant. And bank records? I'm an estate attorney. Moving money is literally my job. Not when it's stolen from murder victims." His smile doesn't fade. "Prove the murders. Prove I knew. Prove intent. You'll spend 2 years in court and I'll walk." Agent Reeves leans close. "We have Richard Peterson. He's flipping. Testified to everything, including the part where you hired Gary Thurman to sabotage Marcus Brennan's car." Bradley's smile finally dies. Peterson's lying. He has receipts, recorded phone calls, text messages. You want to go to trial? Please, I'd love to watch you explain those to a jury. Bradley says nothing. They cuff him. Seattle PD raids the Tacoma shop. Gary's under a Honda Civic when they arrive. "Gary Thurman?" He slides out, grease-stained, confused. "Yeah?" "You're under arrest. For murder." "I didn't kill anybody." "You tampered with Marcus Brennan's brake line. He's dead. That's felony murder." "That was an accident. I was just supposed to—" He stops. Realizes what he just said. The detective smiles. "Supposed to what, Gary?" Gary's face crumbles. "I want a lawyer." Smart move, because you're looking at life without parole unless you cooperate. Agent Cross walks in. "We got all 3, Vanessa, Bradley, and Gary. They're in custody." I sit down. Can't feel my legs. "Is it over?" "Not yet. We still need to prove the case in court, but with Peterson's testimony and the recordings, they're going away for decades." Martin claps my shoulder. "You did it, Thomas." "Did I?" Marcus is still dead. 15 years are still gone. I didn't win anything. I just stopped her from winning. I need to call Joel. Tell him it's done.
"She's arrested?" "Yeah, FBI has her. Bradley, too." Silence. Then Joel's voice cracks. "Marcus would have loved this. Watching you take her down. He always said his dad was the toughest guy he knew. I wasn't tough enough to keep him. Thomas, you couldn't have known. I should have tried harder. After that Thanksgiving, I should have... Stop. Marcus didn't blame you. He blamed himself. The last thing he told me was, I wasted 15 years being angry at the wrong person." I close my eyes. "Thanks, Joel. Anytime." Agent Cross lets me watch through one-way glass. Vanessa sits in the interrogation room, still composed, still cold. I'm not saying anything without my attorney. That's your right. But your attorney is in the next room, also in handcuffs, so you might want to rethink your strategy. Vanessa's jaw tightens. Cross slides a folder across the table. "This is Richard Peterson's sworn testimony. He's giving you up, Bradley's giving you up. Gary's giving you up. You have nobody left. They're lying. All three? Independently? With corroborating evidence? Vanessa slams her hand on the table. I don't know what it's like, spending years with mediocre men who think they're geniuses, watching them waste potential, listening to them whine. So you killed them. I freed their assets from idiots who'd squander them. Cross leans forward. And Marcus? Was he mediocre? Vanessa's face twists. Marcus was the worst, smart enough to build something, too weak to protect it. He spent 5 years looking for his daddy like a lost puppy. Pathetic. My fist slams into the glass. Martin grabs my arm. Thomas, don't... She's taunting me. She's confessing. Let her dig her own grave. Cross asks it. Why did you go after the inheritance? You already had $8 million from the divorce. Vanessa smiles. Because I could. Because he owed me. And because watching Thomas Brennan think he'd finally gotten his son back, only to have me rip it away, was worth every risk. You wanted to hurt me. I wanted to erase you, the way Marcus tried to erase me when he filed for divorce. But I won. He's dead, you're broken, and I'd do it all again. Cross stands. Well, Miss Cole, you're going to have a lot of time to think about those choices, because you're never leaving federal prison. Vanessa's smile fades. They take her away. I sit in my hotel room staring at the wall. Vanessa's in custody, Bradley's in custody, Gary's in custody. Justice is happening. So why do I feel empty? Revenge isn't always what you think. Subscribe, because the final chapter reveals what happens when you finally win, but realize winning doesn't bring them back. You okay? No. He sits, says nothing for a moment. You know what the worst part is? I say. Marcus was 3 weeks away from finding me. 3 weeks. If I just kept the same phone number, if I just stayed in Aurora, if I just... Stop. You'll drive yourself insane with if. How do I live with that? Martin meets my eyes. By honoring what he wanted. He wanted you to have his legacy. He wanted you to know he loved you. He wanted Vanessa stopped. You did all 3. It doesn't feel like enough. It never does. My phone rings. Unknown number. I almost don't answer. Then I do. Mr. Brennan? A young woman's voice, nervous. Who is this? My name is Emma Reeves. I think I'm your son's daughter. The world stops. What? Marcus Brennan was my father. I'm 22. My mom and Marcus were together before he met Vanessa. They broke up when she got pregnant. He didn't know about me until 5 years ago. My hands are shaking. He knew about you? Yes. He found me. We talked every week. He was planning to introduce us. He said he wanted you to meet me. That you'd... It breaks. I just found out he died. I'm so sorry I didn't reach out sooner. You're Marcus's daughter. Yes, sir. And I have letters. He wrote them for you, in case something happened. Joel Hendricks gave me your number. He said you'd want to know. I can't speak. Mr. Brennan? Where are you? Portland. I can send the letters, or if you want to meet... I want to meet. Sometimes revenge gives you justice, and sometimes it gives you something you never expected. Subscribe for the final chapter, because this story, it's not over.
Portland, Oregon. Coffee shop near the river. I'm 10 minutes early. Can't sit still. Then she walks in. Emma Reeves, 22. Dark hair. Marcus's eyes. My son's eyes. She sees me, hesitates, then walks over. Mr. Brennan? I stand. Can't speak. Just nod. She sits a folder on the table. Thank you for meeting me. I know this is a lot. You look like him. She smiles. It's Marcus's smile. We sit in silence for a moment. Then she opens the folder. My mom, her name was Claire. She and Marcus dated in college. They broke up after graduation. She found out she was pregnant 2 months later. She tried to reach him, but he'd already moved to Seattle, changed his number. She raised me alone. And Marcus didn't know? Not until 5 years ago. Mom got sick. Cancer. She wanted to find him before she died. Give him the chance to know me. Did he? We had 5 years. He'd fly to Portland twice a month. We'd have dinner. He'd tell me about his life. About you. He talked about me? All the time. He said his biggest regret was losing you. That he'd spent 15 years being stubborn and stupid. His words. I look away. Can't let her see my face. Emma slides 3 envelopes across the table. He wrote these over the past 2 years. One for me, one for you, and one for both of us, to open together if something happened to him. You already read yours? Yes. What did it say? She wipes her eyes. That he loved me, that he was sorry he missed my childhood, and that if anything happened to him, I should find you. That you'd protect me the way you always tried to protect him. I pick up the envelope addressed to me. My name in Marcus's handwriting. Real this time. Shaky. Rushed. His. Can I open it? That's why I brought it. I unfold the paper. Dated 6 months before he died. Dad. If you're reading this, I'm gone. And I'm sorry. Sorry I wasted 15 years. Sorry I believed Vanessa over you. Sorry I was too proud to admit you were right. I found Emma 5 years ago. Meeting her changed everything. She asked about her grandfather. I told her about you. About the construction business. About how you taught me to measure twice and cut once. About Thanksgiving mornings and fishing trips, and how you never missed a single one of my baseball games, even the ones where I struck out 4 times. She wanted to meet you. I wanted that too, more than anything. I hired investigators. I searched. I never stopped looking. By the time you read this, I hope we've already reconnected. I hope we had years to fix what I broke. I hope Emma knows her grandfather. But if not, if something happened before I found you, please know this. I never stopped loving you. I never stopped thinking about you. And every good thing I built because you taught me how. Vanessa took a lot from me, but she couldn't take the foundation you gave me. And she couldn't take Emma. Emma is your legacy too, Dad. She's proof that something good survived all the mistakes. Take care of her. Tell her about me, about us, about the man I should have been. I love you. I'm sorry it took me so long to say it. Your son, Marcus. I fold the letter, hand shaking. Emma's watching me, tears on her cheeks. He never stopped looking for you, she says softly. I never stopped looking for him either. We sit there, Two strangers connected by a man we both loved and lost. What do we do now? Emma asks. We open the third letter. Emma opens the envelope addressed to both of us. Inside, 2 pages. She reads aloud. Dad and Emma, if you're reading this together, it means 2 things. 1 is that I'm gone. 2 is that you found each other. That second part matters more than the first. I know grief. I know regret. I know what it's like to lose time you can't get back. But here's what I learned from losing Mom, from losing Dad, from almost losing Emma. Legacy isn't about money. It's not about estates or companies or how much you leave behind. It's about connection. It's about the people who carry your name forward. It's about making sure the next generation knows they're loved. Dad, Emma is smart, funny, kind. She works as a nurse in pediatrics. She volunteers at shelters. She's everything I wish I had been at 22. Emma, Grandpa is stubborn, proud, loyal. He'll tell you he's just a constructor, but he built me. Every value I had, every lesson I learned. If he seems rough around the edges, it's because life made him that way. But underneath, he's the best man I've ever known. So, here's my final ask. Don't waste time the way I did. Don't let pride or fear keep you apart. Your family. That's all that matters. Love each other for me. Tell each other stories. Build something together. And when you think of me, don't think about how I died. Think about this moment. The 2 people I loved most, finally together. That's my legacy. I love you both. Marcus. Emma sets the letter down. He wanted us to know each other. Then we will. I live in Portland. You're in Charleston. How? You could move. I have a guest house. It's small, but I'd like that. We talk for 3 hours. She tells me about Marcus's visits, the dinners, the inside jokes, the photos he showed me of me, old ones before the split. I tell her about Marcus as a kid, the bike crashes, the science fairs, the way he'd bite his lip when he concentrated. We trade stories like currency, and for the first time in 15 years, Marcus feels alive again.
Emma moves into the guest house. We have dinner every night. She shows me her nursing degree. I show her Marcus's baby photos. Slowly, we build something. Not the relationship I lost with Marcus, but something new. A second chance. Vanessa, Bradley, and Gary all go to trial. Peterson testifies. The recordings play. The evidence is overwhelming. Vanessa, guilty. 3 counts, first-degree murder. Life without parole. Bradley, guilty. Conspiracy, fraud, racketeering. 40 years federal. Gary, guilty. Felony murder, 25 years. Peterson, plea deal. 15 years in exchange for testimony. The forged will is thrown out. Marcus's real will stands. I inherit the $35 million, but I don't keep it. I set up trusts. Half goes to Emma, for her future, her dreams, whatever she wants. The other half, scholarships, for kids who lost parents, kids in foster care, kids who need a second chance. The Marcus Brennan Foundation. His name lives on. Emma and I are sitting on Charleston Beach. Same spot I sat alone after Marcus died. But I'm not alone anymore. Tell me the Thanksgiving story again, Emma says. You've heard it 10 times. I like it. So I tell her. About the snow, about the Mercedes, about the words I should have said. "Do you think he forgave you?" she asks. "I think he did, because he spent 5 years trying to find me." "What about you? Did you forgive him?" I look at her. My son's daughter. My granddaughter. Yeah, I did. We fly to Seattle. Marcus's grave. Small headstone, simple. I bring flowers. Emma brings a letter she wrote him. "Do you want to read it?" she asks. "You read it." She unfolds the paper. "Dear Dad, I found Grandpa, just like you asked. He's stubborn, proud, tells the same stories twice. I love him. We talk about you every day. He shows me photos, tells me about your baseball games, your first car, the way you'd bite your lip when you were thinking. I'm in nursing school now. Grandpa's paying for it from your inheritance. He says you'd want that. I miss you, but I'm not alone. Neither's Grandpa. You gave us each other. That's the best gift you could have left. Thank you. Love, Emma." She folds the letter, tucks it under the flowers. We stand there. Father and granddaughter. Two people connected by the man we lost. "Do you think he's watching?" Emma asks. "Yeah, I do." We walk back to the car. Emma loops her arm through mine. "What do you want for dinner?" she asks. "Whatever you want." "Grandpa, you always say that." "Because I mean it." She laughs. Marcus's laugh. And for the first time since that Thanksgiving 15 years ago, I feel like I'm home. That night, back in Charleston, I check Marcus's old phone one last time. There's a draft text I've read 100 times. "Dad, I found your new address. I'm flying to Charleston next month. I'm bringing pictures of everything. My life, my mistakes, my wins. I want you to know me again. I want to know you. I'm sorry for the 15 years. Let's not waste one more day. I love you. Your son, Marcus." I finally respond, even though he'll never read it. "I found her, son. Emma is with me. We're okay. We talk about you every day. I'm sorry too, for all of it. But you were right about one thing. We're not wasting any more days. I love you. I never stopped. Dad." I press send. The message fails. Of course it does. But somehow it feels like he got it anyway. Revenge didn't bring Marcus back, but it gave me Emma. Sometimes justice isn't about what you take from your enemies, it's about what you refuse to let them steal from you. If this story hits you, subscribe, because the best revenge is living well and loving harder. Drop a comment. Have you ever gotten a second chance you didn't expect?